Hey guys, and welcome back to this place. And if you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are watching season 1, episode 5 of Arcane, which I believe means we are over halfway through the season. And I don't know if there's a season 2 or not. You guys can let me know in the comments down below, but I really hope there is, because I don't think I'm anywhere near ready to say goodbye to these characters and this story. So, although we have dealt with saying goodbye to quite a few characters already, and I fear for the future of the season because this show kind of just does it, right? You know, they don't have any fear. It doesn't seem like there's like a lot of plot armor on these characters, and that kind of scares me a little bit about getting too attached to any of the characters, but I'm already very attached to them, so it's kind of too little too late for me. But anyway, last episode we went some indiscriminate amount of time in the future. My guess is like 8 to 10 years in that general vicinity. Could be longer, could be shorter, I guess, but I don't think it's much shorter. But I think it could be longer because, I mean, Heimerdinger is, what, hundreds of years old. So I don't exactly know how long people live in this world and how the rate of aging is. Because for Jace, like, he got a 5 o'clock shadow. It could have been, like, a few hours later, but it's been years. I mean, I think he had, like, some gray hairs, too. But anyway, in this future, we have Vi in prison. We have Powder fully embracing her Jinx persona. And murdering quite a few people in the process. Also stealing the crystal gem that Jace created. We have Jace on the council now. We have Caitlyn being like a badass detective, and she's gonna figure shit out and hopefully team up with Vi. Yeah, we just have a lot of stuff going on, and I'm going to stop rambling at you guys because you already know that. I'm just refreshing it for my own self. Let's just get into this episode now, though. See what happens next. Is it Caitlyn? It looks like Caitlyn. Is this like when she was training or something? Grayson! She got a little trophy.
Did my parents pay you to let me win? You held your shot. I saw you.
Ooh.
No, your parents didn't pay me. I just thought you deserved it.
Oh. So she let her win, though.
For me, knowing how to handle this weapon means being able to protect people. That's trophy enough. Begs the question, young Kerman. What are you shooting for?
Ooh, okay. We can... Conversation.
Hey, give Silco a kiss on that winning eye of his, will you?
The industrialist.
Okay, this is getting old. Can you just send in whoever's gonna kick the shit out of me so I can get on with my night?
She's learning something, though. Come on, keep talking. Keep talking to her. No. Okay.
Does this mean anything to you?
She passed the red line.
Where did you get this?
Oh, shit.
You work for Silco?
They all do. How can anyone not know that? Where did you find this?
This is evidence. I need proof if I'm to believe what you're saying about Silco.
I could get it for you. Just not from in here.
Yeah.
In what mad world would I trust someone like you?
Someone like me.
You don't even know her.
You know what? Find Silco yourself.
I will, thank you.
Undercity's gonna eat you alive.
Come on, work together. Work together. Work together. Work together.
I've got orders from Councillor Tallis concerning inmate 516. It's for her release.
Since when's he a counselor?
Since yesterday? Oh, today. Yeah. I wonder how long she's been in there. She good now? I was excited.
Who was this, Daddy?
It is his daughter. Aw, Grayson.
A good woman.
I can't make this go away for you unless you give me something to work with.
I need you to do your job.
Mm-hmm. What do you think his job is?
The firelights have been a thorn in both our sides. It seems to me the council has its culprit.
The firelights?
What if I'm not interested in playing along?
We've accomplished a lot together, Marcus. Sheriff. I hope you can remain a part of it.
Threats.
What about our pledge to improve lives? For those in need? For the Undercity? Soon we can do everything. Soon? There are people who need our help now, Jace.
He's right.
I've made a list of suspicious transactions.
All due respect, Counselor. Today's your first day.
Second,
You sure you don't want to confer with the other counselors before?
this corruption runs deep, Sheriff. I intend to root it out.
I mean, it's standing right behind you.
They call themselves wildlife. They operate like
I knew he was sick. Oh, Victor. This isn't good that you're seeing this.
You alright?
No, he's
A headache.
got blood all over his face.
I need to get to the lab.
Do you look on the thing? Look on the thing. Jace. Jace, can you... Bitch, can you open your eyes?
So, here goes.
Oh no, she's having like a PTSD moment. Flashback. Girl.
No, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
I know it was a mistake. Oh, she still has the rabbit. I'm fine. She's like, I have to parkour now too. Girl, you're wearing a dress. You should maybe get some pants. It'd be cool to be able to jump that far and do that kind of stuff. I mean, props to her for doing all that shit in a dress. It's not Vander's anymore. Oh! She's as slow as that old person. That's funny.
You think Hextech can learn?
Maybe. But I also think that he is not thinking correctly. Because he's sick.
Unbelievable. I didn't break you out of jail to eat slop. I knew this was a terrible idea. You don't actually know anything, do you?
She does, actually. What you gotta say now, Caitlin?
I tightened our security.
You've just made yourself everyone's common enemy, Jace.
Corruption is everywhere, and you have to play the game if you want to be a politician, right?
What makes you different? Makes you strong.
Okay. She's trying to work out her feelings about how upset she is about remembering Vi and who she used to be and Milo and everything.
I hope you'll understand. Jace had to make a show of safety, but he's here now to negotiate all his deals personally.
You know, Counselor Madara's right. The Hex Gates are only the beginning. In fact, we're currently looking for new partners in our Hex Tech research. And as a supporter of House Talus, you'd be the first in line to any of our advancements.
Jace.
How can I say no to such an auspicious offer?
I don't know how I feel about it though, you know? I don't know how I feel about him pandering to them in this way.
The one place all the secrets are spilled.
Is it the brothel? I mean, it's true. She's so awkward. She's like...
You know what your problem is?
Please, tell me.
You expect everyone to give you what you want. If you really want people to talk to you, you have to let them think you have what they want.
And what do I have?
You're hot, Cupcake. So what'll it be, man or woman?
Hi, I'm Pam. What's your name?
Matilda. But you can call her whatever you want.
Yes, Matilda. My parents named me Matilda after my great...
Girl, what is that accent?
The Hex-Tech Wonder Boy is on the council now. It's only a matter of time before he finds the truth.
What is truth but a survivor's story?
I mean, it's...
Good thing you've located proof of the Firelight's involvement. Imagining yourself a hero. Then what are you waiting for?
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, I feel like that's not real.
You need to weaponize the Hex Tech soon. Once we've cracked their prize, Topside will have no power over us.
I can't do it. I keep seeing them. That day.
Things have changed without Vander looking out for us.
Have you heard anything about Powder? I think Silco has her. I have to find her.
Silco's number 2's irregular. I can have Miguel tell you where to find her.
I owe you.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Aww.
Imagine the gardens. This is all I've seen.
She's doing good. Good job, Caitlin.
My father put hammers in the hands of the people, and they built this magnificent city. Imagine the wonders they could create if we put magic in their hands.
The Medardas usually only take from the world. We're not often in the position to give anything back.
Romance.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Calculated romance. I feel like it's a very calculated move by her to do this, though. I'm not sure that she actually cares, you know?
I can't figure out why it's not working.
You will. Are you headed home soon? I thought we could walk together.
I'm probably going to sleep here tonight.
Again? You know, there's always tomorrow, right?
Good night, Miss Young.
Aw, she has a crush. And he is oblivious. Oh. Victor. He's gonna start working because of the blood. Is Victor dead? It is the blood. Is he gonna almost drown her? As a lesson?
You need to let Powder die.
No.
So the fear of pain will no longer control you.
I don't agree with this. I think this he's gonna...
Strong now. Just like you were always meant to be. James is perfect.
I mean, Powder's perfect. She doesn't need to be Jinx. Okay. I really don't like the kind of weirdly romantic undertones of this relationship, though. Oh, shit. Oh, he left? Oh, he's in the hospital. Okay, he's not dead, though.
Jace?
Yeah.
Victor. The doctors. They said
he's dying.
How much time do I have?
I'm guessing not long.
Vi?
Hell yeah.
You filthy traitor.
Vander had his chance.
Cheater. Come on, Vi. Get her.
Where's my sister? Where's he keeping her?
Keeping her? You mean Jinx? She works for him.
Yeah. Does she just... Are you fucking kidding me?
She's like his daughter.
Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Caitlin, can you show up, girl? Caitlin. 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 Caitlin? Right? Yes. Thank fuck. Whew. Okay, can we save Vi? Can we do it?
You're an alright shot.
I'm an excellent shot.
You gonna help me out, Cupcake?
Stop calling me that. My name is Caitlin.
But you're so sweet. Like a cupcake.
Shut up.
You never know with this show. Thought they were gonna freaking kill Powder. Or Vi.
The sister. She's back.
From the dead.
She was never dead. I guess there's something that Marcus didn't tell you. I love it. I love it. Okay, you guys. So that was a really good episode. Once again, only the tiniest bit of crying. So I'm going to take it as a win. Whew. Okay. So I think my favorite part of this episode was the team up of Vi and Caitlin. I really, really love, I don't know, I just love them together. I think that it's really cool. I like that Vi calls her Cupcake. I kind of ship it, I'm not gonna lie. I can't help it. They would be so fucking cute together. Anyway, I think that it's nice to see Vi again. I know that it was only like really one episode that we didn't see her, and we still saw her at the end of the episode, but it's good to see, just to see her. And I worry about the inevitable confrontation between her and Powder, aka Jinx, and I worry about just what's gonna happen there and if it's gonna be really good or really bad. I have hope that it could be a good confrontation, and it could be like Powder can finally shed the Jinx persona and become Powder again. But I don't know, because this episode was so much about her shedding Powder and fully becoming Jinx, you know? Although I don't think that you can ever... It's not that I don't think that people can change, but I don't think that she is ever going to get rid of that part of herself that cares about Vander and Milo and Claggor and Vi and, you know, all of that. Like, I don't think that she's going to be able to ever fully divorce herself from Powder. At least I hope not, because I don't know. Like, again, it's not that I don't think that people can change, but I think that obviously this would be a change for the worse. But I think that even in Silco, we see that part of him that cared about Vander and the dream that they had still exists, right? Like, you can see it in the fact that he felt for Powder in the first place and took her in and tried to raise her. I mean, he didn't raise her in a great way. He didn't, you know, instill the values in her that we might hope that he would or that Vander would have. But I think that Silco is kind of lying to himself in the fact that he thinks that the Silco from before is completely gone. I think that the way that he dealt with Vander and the conversation that he had with Vander in particular when he had him kind of shows that a tiny part of that Silco was still there. And yeah, I don't know. I don't like people calling her Jinx. I don't like that he said that, did I write it down? I don't think I wrote it down, but I don't like that he said, you know, you're Jinx now, like, or whatever he said, something along those lines. And, well, sorry, I'm all over the place right now, but one, I don't think that having a near-death experience, right, drowning, he's like, you know, it's kind of like in Game of Thrones, right? Like, kill the boy, let the man be born. So he's like, kill the part of you that's scared and fully become Jinx, like I became Silco. But I don't think that the level of PTSD, PTSS that Powder is suffering is going to be cured by a near-death experience, you know? Like, she's very haunted and traumatized by the mistake that she made, by what her first successful attempt at, like, invention caused. And I think that it's not just gonna, like I said, go away by a simple near-death experience, by simply choosing to be Jinx. I think that it may be a temporary, you know, plaster, Band-Aid on it, but I think that ultimately it's not going to, because how can you heal if your definition of healing is avoiding? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's gone to therapy. It's not like even without therapy, she's sat and examined the choices that she's made and the consequences that it had and really tried to evaluate, like, what she's going through and realized how traumatic it was and how blaming herself has played such a huge role, and, like, the fact that she lost her family and, like, just, it's a lot of trauma that she went through as a child, right? And so I don't think it's just gonna go away because of a near-death experience. Like, maybe it will, maybe the show is gonna do that just for the sake of the show, but I hope it doesn't, because that's not, I don't know. I like the fact that this show is very gritty and real, and it's examining, like, real harsh, horrific consequences to things. So it would feel like kind of a cop-out if it does just go away. Also, and I'm debating whether I even want to mention this because it's such a controversial kind of topic, but depending on how young Powder was when that event occurred, and in this episode, we had Vi say like her sister could do it when she was 7. I don't know if that's how old Powder was supposed to be in the first few episodes, or if she was, I thought she was supposed to be like 9. But again, that's not really that big of a difference. But depending on how old Powder was when this traumatic event happened, there is also the possibility that she could have a dissociative identity disorder, right? And again, like, I'm not a psychologist, so like, please don't listen to me at all. But I just know that very traumatic events in childhood can cause the brain to do that. And so she could have developed Jinx as a way to protect herself from what Powder did, to protect Powder from what Powder did. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to get too into it because I think I'm just reading too much into it and assigning things that aren't necessary. But psychologically, I think it's an interesting sort of murky area that we're dealing with right now in regards to Powder and Jinx. Now, I do think that Jinx could also just be a very much be a defense mechanism that Powder created because she is upset at, again, what Powder did. And so to, like, I think I said this in the last episode, to divorce herself from Powder and to continue living a life that is separate from Vander and Milo and Claggor and Vi and all the people that she loved before, she created Jinx in order to keep going. You know what I mean? So I think that's a very real possibility as well. And a very, like, it seems like that's what happened. I don't know. To me. Speaking of Vi and Powder and Caitlin and all of that, I also think it's interesting the way that we've had Marcus in this episode, because Marcus is a very murky character, right? Like, he isn't the best person, but he's also not the worst person. He apparently, when he took Vi, put her in the prison, didn't say her name, didn't say her crime, didn't, say anything like that. I think in order to protect her in a way, it seems. And he also, he's in Silco's pocket, but he's like drawing the line. He's starting to get to a point where too many people are dying, too much destruction is happening for him to be able to still call himself a good person, And I think that he's reaching that boiling point of he's gonna do something. And part of it is out of self-preservation, right? Because Jace was, what's the word? Hammering down? Why? My brain is not working today. But Jace is like, closing in on the illegal shit that's happening in the Hex Gates and stuff, right? And transport and all that. And so, I forgot what I was gonna say. So I think part of it is out of self-preservation because Jace is closing in on the criminality of what's going on. Of course, now he's with Medarda and it's probably not going to be an issue as much anymore. And he made that deal with everybody. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Marcus because he is slimy. He's working with Silco, but he's also like trying to do the right thing, but he also doesn't have a leg to stand on to do the right thing. So kind of just indifferent to his character, right? Like, I don't love him. I'm not like super rooting for him, but I do think that he's all right as a character. Sorry, I must be losing my voice or something. As a person, I think that he's not great and he's not horrible. He's just like an average person. And yeah, like most people are. So I also think it's interesting the politics that are involved in Piltover, and Medarda is kind of running shit, right? She has positioned herself to be the go-between between everyone. And she has positioned herself to know what everybody likes, know what everybody doesn't like, and either give them the things they like or don't like or whatever in order to get what she wants. I think that her sleeping with Jace is just another way that she is giving herself a leg up. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like a very calculated move on her part and not necessarily just one of like, you're fucking hot, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that she was lost in the passion of the moment and she just, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But I don't think that that's what happened. You know, I think that it was, like I said, very calculated move on her part to position herself in a place of favor with Jace, who she is creating to be like top tier, probably to take over once Heimerdinger retires or whatever. You know what I mean? So also interesting that her friend slash secretary, the woman that's always with her, I think it's interesting that she seems very like not a fan of Jace. And I wonder if her and Medarda have something going on and that's why she's like a little bit like about Jace. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could just be reading way into that because subtext is your friend. But I overthink things a lot. So I could just be overthinking that. I don't know though. I find her a very interesting character because I think that she is very calculated and she's trying to get what she wants. And I think she does it in a very intelligent way. And she's obviously a gorgeous cartoon person or animated person. I don't know exactly, but yeah. I think she's really interesting character and I want to know like her motivations for everything. Like, is her ultimate motivation just to be in power or is it something else? Also, the way that the way that politics work in this world is very reminiscent of our world. As I've said from the beginning, a lot of this world is reminiscent of and a commentary, I feel, on the world that we live in. And it's very fascinating because power and money, which gives you power, mean that the rules that apply to everyone else don't apply to you. And when someone like Jace, who's actually trying to follow the law and believes in goodness, come in and challenge that, they're like, we got to get rid of him or we got to get him on our side. So either the options are become corrupt in order to affect some small level of change that you're trying for, or you're gone. Right? So is it any wonder that all of the politicians, or most of them, we'll say most, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to a few. Like, I think Bernie Sanders does good and other people do good. But is it any wonder that most politicians are dirty AF when like kind of your only option is play the game or get out of the game. And in order to play the game, you have to soil yourself a bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just overthinking things, but I think it's really interesting and just something to look at as a reflection back on us as a society and a people. And I think this show does that really well. It kind of makes you look at the way that the people in power who have money kind of perpetuate that power and money, and how people like Vi and Powder and Vander and everybody in the Undercity kind of are stuck in that cycle of being in the Undercity and being in that cycle of poverty because there's not really any way for them to get out of it, you know? And like, speaking of, I think that Victor's sickness, whatever's wrong with him that's causing him to be dying, I think stems from the fact that he is from the Undercity and that he was not given the same opportunities for health that people who were born of Jace's station were given, you know? The water is fucked. The air is fucked. Did he have a chance to be healthy like Jace, you know? Again, a reflection on us, but I don't want to get too into it. I am sad though. I sensed that Victor was getting ill based off of the last episode, and his desire to make a difference now, I think, is due to the fact that he wants to know before he's gone. And I think he knew that he was very sick. In order to do that, he has to make a difference now because he's not going to be around later. And I think that, I don't know, it just makes me sad. Like, it really makes me sad because I think that Jace needs Victor too. I think he's a good person, but I think that good people can be easily corrupted when the wrong people show them the way. Do you know what I mean? And I think that I worry for his convictions in a place like Piltover when he's being so easily manipulated by Medarda. Am I even saying her name right? I hope so. But yeah, I worry about it. And getting him on the council was just another way to be able to control him, you know? So it's just stressful. All right, you guys, I think that is all that I have to say about this episode. As always, there's probably a million things that I've forgotten, but I'm just gonna leave it there for now. If you want, you can watch the next episode right now over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below, as well as my entire full-length reaction watch-along style to every episode thus far of Arcane. It is there as well. Again, it is linked in the description down below. Yeah. Until next time. Bye, guys. Ah, my nose itched.